All right, so let's get to Jose, guys. The Guardians survived without him, and now they get him back yesterday, 11 days before the trade deadline. How big is this to you, Jason? We'll start with you, getting Jose back right now.
Obviously, it's significant. And, we alluded to it in the first hour. You and I were in agreement throughout this whole process of they don't need to make a panic move just because Jose's out there. They're going to be fine. The division's awful. They did exactly what they should have done. They treaded water. They were 500. They played right around 500. It might have been a game or two under 500. I don't remember now. But it was right around 500 ball while Jose was out. Okay, fine. The schedule's going to lighten up here in a little bit. I think they've got, they have Tampa coming in, and then it loosens up.
They go to Tampa.
Yeah.
Right. Then at the Reds are selling. The Diamondbacks are so-so, and the Mets are terrible.
We just talked about it. They're awful. So, no, he's come back at the right time. I would temper expectations for him a little bit just because these hamate injuries tend to linger.
Especially in the power department.
Yeah, in the power department.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying he's never going to hit another home run this year, but it's probably not going to end up being the same type of Jose that you expect him to be. But his game is power is a huge part of it. But he's just the heartbeat of the team, and just the hustle that he displays, obviously, in turning singles into doubles and doubles into triples and whatever, getting the extra base. He's terrific defensively. Obviously, it's a huge lift to get this guy back. Even if he's not the exact same player he was, it still lengthens the lineup. I was optimistic early in the year that this would be a better lineup than it has been, but getting him back, and now, Angel Martinez being right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's close to where, yes, I still want them to make a move. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I think that in 48, 72 hours from now, they're going to look a lot better than what they have.
By the way, has Angel Martinez been officially activated? Because Chris said he heard he was in the clubhouse today. It's possible he gets activated either today or maybe he's just here and then he'll get activated on the road trip.
Tom Withers tweeted he is in the Guardians clubhouse. I do not see any official word on if he's been activated.
He may need to get checked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The fact that he's in the clubhouse means even if he's not getting activated today, it's going to be soon.
He's close.
He might be going on the road trip. Maybe they'll wait one more day.
Has not been activated, but according to Tim Stebbins, who covers the Guardians, one of the beat reporters, he's the beat reporter for MLB.com, said he's just spoke to Angel Martinez, asked if he feels close to coming off the IL. He smiled and said, "I've been ready. Now it's just a matter of time."
And he's been playing rehab games, I believe, at Akron. And I would assume he probably gets activated today or tomorrow.
Yesterday was his 4th rehab game, played all 9 innings. So he's
ready.
He's close. Today or tomorrow, probably.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you say about Jose being back?
I mean, we know he's the straw that stirs the drink, right? So I don't expect him to hit 20 homers the rest of the year. And I do share some concern with Jason in terms of this type of injury.
Yeah.
It's hard to come back from. But this guy does it all. He's done it all. It's the track record. It's switch hitting. It's clutch moments. It's all of those things. So it's big. It's big. And where's he going to fit in the order? What's this lineup going to look like in 10 days? But regardless of what it looks like, it always looks better with Jose in it. And if this team's really going to make a run and get hot when it counts the most, he's going to be a part of it.
I had a question for you guys. And we're going in the expectations for Jose. What is realistic? What's unrealistic? We all have said in numerous different discussions on this exact platform that Jose is the MVP of this team, had been the MVP of this team, will continue to be the MVP of this team. But with some of the recent resurgence of Steven Kwan, Chase DeLauder getting hot, Bazzana, Martinez, all those guys, if I had to ask you this question from now until the end of the season, who will be the Guardians' most productive offensive player? Would you say Jose? Or would you go with someone else?
Are you talking about just offense? We're not including defense in
or
that?
Just their best player from now to the end of the season. Is it still
non-pitcher?
Jose? Non-pitcher, yeah.
I would still vote for Jose.
I would probably vote for Jose.
Yeah.
I think
it's going to be close.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be close not because Jose's not good, but because other guys are better now.
I really would like to say Bazzana. I'd like to,
yeah.
But I'm still going to say Jose.
Yeah, I think if a DeLauder or Bazzana gets red hot and makes it a discussion, it's good for the ball club, right? But I think just sitting here talking about it now, we have to take Jose based on track record.
Jose, yesterday we had a conversation on this show about is the addition of LeBron bigger for the Cavs on the court or off the court? And we didn't all agree. G. Bush said it was bigger on the court. The rest of us thought it was bigger off the court. But with Jose, you could have those same conversations. Obviously, he's a different type of guy than LeBron. Everybody's got their own personality. And obviously, Jose, he's still in the prime of his career, I think. And so ultimately, on the field is more important. However, Jose makes a huge impact in the clubhouse as well. His leadership, he is the Pied Piper of this team.
Yeah.
Right? He takes the pressure off everybody else. He keeps the clubhouse loose. He gets along with everybody. He's a mensch on that team. If you know what a mensch is. He is the leader, unquestionably. He let's face it, I mean, he's one of the greatest Cleveland athletes of the last 20, 30 years. If you factor in his loyalty, which nobody's owed loyalty, but if you factor that in, you could argue he's the best.
Yeah.
Obviously LeBron's a better player. Myles Garrett, at his sport, probably better. But, like, Jose is one of the best players in baseball, or at least has been. He's taken less to stay here when most players wouldn't do that.
Twice.
And, what's that?
Twice.
He's going to play probably his whole career here, which you can't say about a lot of Cleveland athletes. You certainly can't say about, I mean, who's the last great Cleveland athlete who played their whole career in Cleveland?
Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a small club, Joe Batonio actually would be the last.
Yeah.
Batonio's the right answer. That's the last.
Joel's not in the class of
Joe Batonio's not going to be a Hall of Famer.
He's not in the class of Joe and Jose.
Right. That's fair. Jose's going to be a Hall of Famer. I love Jose Ramirez. There's nothing not to like about him. I think he makes a big impact in the locker room. I think it helps the team. It lengthens the lineup. Again, even if he doesn't play at an elite level and he just is good for the rest of the year, like a normal good player, like I could live with that, because of the hamate if he doesn't have the power he does. But that guy plays hard every day. There's no let up with him. He plays a great defense. He runs the bases. He does everything well. And this was only, the second time in his career he's been on the injured list? So not only does he have these other things, but he's been extremely durable. He didn't miss a crazy amount of time. And I think he's going to have a good final 10 weeks or whatever it is of the season.
So let's see how far down you get where you feel comfortable about the lineup. Let's assume Martinez is back in the next 48 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Kwan, I'm not going in batting order, just Kwan,
yes.
Martinez,
yes.
Bazzana.
Martinez, I'm on the fence.
I'm going to put Martinez on.
Yeah, later.
Kwan,
yes.
Bazzana,
yes.
DeLauder,
yes.
Jose,
yes.
Barocchio,
yes.
And then I think Martinez would come in.
Yeah, I actually have more faith.
Manzardo.
I have more faith in Manzardo than Martinez the rest of the season.
I am quickly souring on Manzardo.
Yeah,
I've been with you. I'm close to out.
Can I ask you a Manzardo question?
Yeah.
I saw a tweet.
You're out?
I'll pull up the stat real quick.
Yeah.
But I saw a tweet about Manzardo, and I'm pulling up the stats as I'm talking, so I'm filibustering for 1 second. Okay, I found it. For his career,
yeah,
he has over 1,000 at-bats. Over 1,000 now.
Yeah.
His career numbers in those 1,000+ at-bats, he's a .228 hitter, slugs .422 with a .728 OPS, 43 homers, 117 RBIs. He burst onto the scene last year.
Those aren't terrible. I mean, the batting average is bad, but
the OPS
is above average.
Barely. It's basically average.
It's league average. When you combine that with the fact that they don't trust him defensively at first base,
he's gotten better, but he's still not good.
How do you evaluate? I guess the question: how do you evaluate the first
1,000 at bats is not even 2 full seasons, so it's way too early to make a final judgment. He's there. The second half of last year, he was excellent. In May and June of this year, he was playing really well, but his lows have been really low. He's been terrible this month.
Last night was his first extra base hit of the month.
Yeah. I'm not ready to give up on him. And let's face it, guys, this team doesn't spend money. So even if he's a league average player, he's not going anywhere.
Well,
they've had way too many well below league average offensive players.
But he plays a position that they have other guys at. That's more my question.
I don't know if he's the long-term, like maybe.
I think Ralphie Velasquez is the long-term answer at first base.
That's fine. I think it's way too. I think he's shown enough that it's way too early to give up on him.
I'm just asking the question. I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
Souring on him. I'm not giving up on him.
I've soured a little on him. I'm not quite as high as I once was, but I think you guys are going too far.
Does he have any market? If some team, if they're negotiating for a reliever or an older hitter, does he have any market?
It'd be a small market. Yeah. Yes, I think so.
I don't know.
God, it's not even. It's 1,000 at bats, Jason.
Yeah, I
that's
know,
not a crazy amount.
And I was talking to Zach about this the other day, and he's kind of one that sort of curdled the milk on me.
Yeah.
He's like, compare him to all the other first basemen. He's at the bottom.
I know he's been terrible.
So what's the market for him if he's at the bottom of his position.
I'm not saying there's a huge market. Zach said if you can get a decent reliever.
If he becomes like a sweetener.
Yeah, they better be ready to call up. I mean, it's not like they have anybody else at first right now. David Fry shouldn't even be in the majors.
Right.
Rhys Hoskins has been,
meh.
If they're ready to call up Ralphie Velasquez and let him play first base, okay, if they want to trade Manzardo, but I'm not ready to, I'm not saying it's going to be the same thing, but Jake Bauers was a lot worse than Kyle Manzardo, and now he's an all, I don't know if he was an all-star or a borderline all-star with Milwaukee this year.
Yeah. I'm also not going to wait 10 years for him to figure it out.
No, I get it. And that's,
that's why I'm not out. But the milk is turning.
I could understand being down on him, but I think it's way too early to be out on him.
I said, you smell the milk.
Yeah, I hear you.
You smell
but I feel like there are people
check
that
the
are
expiration date.
Yeah, he stinks a little bit right now. He does. I think that's fair. But if you could have one of Angel Martinez or Kyle Manzardo be good,
I would take Martinez.
Then you'd have 6 spots.
Right.
But they still, at minimum, even if you believe in both Manzardo and Martinez, and you're okay living with the catcher, that's still 1 spot.
Correct.
Minimum.
Correct.
Your original list, right? We said we're on the fence with Martinez. That's where the fence is, right?
Yeah.
Feel good about 5.
Yeah.
And then there's the fence.
Yeah.
And anybody on the other side of the fence,
that
I'm
leaves Manzardo and Martinez is 6 and 7, and the catcher is what it is. That's 9.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you got.
And then
spot.
The 8th spot is,
it's really Hoskins is what we're talking about. Can you upgrade that? Can you upgrade from Rhys Hoskins?
Right.
That's basically what we're saying.
Right.
Which is, and I agree that you need to probably upgrade from Rhys Hoskins, but he is tied for the team lead in home runs.
Yeah, which says a lot about the team.
I mean, that's
I just always find it funny.
Yeah.
Sure. Rhys Hoskins was a really nice low budget find for a team.
Yeah,
that was in the market for that thing.
I still think depending on what you do, like let's say they did trade Manzardo, I don't know. Then you'd keep Hoskins. Like you could still use Hoskins against only lefties. Because he could still hit lefties. You want to DH him against lefties. He's still pretty good.
He crushed Joe Ryan on Monday.
Yeah, that's true. But everybody crushed. Again,
I know. I'm just saying. I was there.
I think Joe Ryan was doing something. He was tipping pitches or something. Something happened.
I never saw his velocity. Was his velo down there?
I didn't. I don't.
No, he
don't
was.
remember.
I mean, how hard is he usually? He's throwing 95. So
yeah,
that's about what he
throws. Yeah.